watch this, but here we go.
Have it. Life to the fullest.
Alright guys, so I saw Till Death Do Us Part. It should be called Till Death Do Us Apart, but it's part, I don't know why. It's kind of stupid. But anyways, if you guys are noticing, I'm not at home right now. I'm in Mexico running some errands, and you know, I've been lazy to record these reviews for the past few days, so I might just record them while I'm here, right? And yes, I did get my top braces, so I hope they're not distracting. Nor do I hope that I mess up as much, because I'm just getting used to these braces and they're bothering me quite a bit. But anyways, let's move on to the review. So Until Death Do Us Part, we have a couple, and basically it's kind of, you know, that type of couple that you would see in movies where they're all happy with the relationship and all that, and that's how they start off at least. And then it basically kind of takes kind of like a darker turn when, you know, the woman in this relationship says that she wants a kid. But then, you know, this guy, he's like, yeah, I don't want a kid. But, you know, there's a scene in this movie where, you know, this girl talks to another guy, and then the boyfriend gets jealous. What does he do the next day? He turns her around and they start having sex, and then she gets pregnant, and now she's pregnant with his baby, so there's that. And this is the part where I say that where the story gets a little bit more crazy, because while she's pregnant, we have her, you know, her fiance abusing her and, you know, slapping her and all that. And, you know, that's not okay, especially when she's pregnant. And so she basically fakes her death, and she just moves on with her life. She changes her name. She starts a new life without her fiance. And, well, what happens? Her fiance technically finds out that she is not dead and that she's alive. And, of course, he goes and hunts her down, and yeah, we have shit like that going on. So did I basically tell you the whole movie? Yeah, basically I did. But you know, you guys aren't gonna see this movie anyways, because this movie, it feels like the distributors of this movie basically were gonna release it straight to DVD, and in like 2 days before it got released to DVD, they're like, you know what, it might be profitable, let's just release it to theaters. And you know, it was probably a last minute release. I have no idea what happened here. And I won't lie, I had a really fun time watching this movie. Not because it's good or anything, it's a really bad movie, but because of how fun, like, you know, this movie was such a disaster. It's so laughably funny. It's one of the best times I had in the theater this year, because I just found myself, you know, scene after scene, laughing about something or joking about something or making fun about something, just because this movie, again, it's a very cheap movie, and it really looked like they had not much, you know, not much of an idea of what they were messing with here. I'll give the actors props. The acting wasn't all that bad, and that's because, you know, while it's the acting, it's not like anything like that you would expect to see in a movie. It's the type of acting that you would expect to see in a, you know, direct to DVD or in a TV show. So yeah, you just can't really blame the actors. I guess they just never knew that this movie was going to release in theaters, so they just gave a very like TV like performance. And you know, not saying that the acting was great or anything, I'm not praising it, but I will give them props for at least caring and at least trying a little bit for this type of movie. But the writing in this movie it's fucking terrible. Again, the writing, it's again something that you would see in a direct DVD or in a, you know, in a drama TV show or something. It's nothing you'd see in a movie released in theaters, but the writing, it's just really bad. It's cringe worthy in a lot of parts. But one thing that just really bothered the hell out of me with, you know, the hour and a half that this movie was, it's you know, it's just again a very TV like movie. It's a very Lifetime type movie, because, you know, whether it's the shots that aren't, you know, professional, or whether it could be the writing or the lighting in the movie, it looks like it was completely made for TV. But again, they probably just said fuck it and they just released it in theaters. I will say, at least the final act did at least feel a little bit intense, just because of how funny it could be sometimes. But you know, I was kind of, you know, somewhat biting my nails in that last act, because We have, you know, this guy finding out that his wife isn't dead, and, you know, she's pregnant with his baby. So we have this guy basically chasing her around town, or at least tracking her down, and then, you know, very crazy shit starts happening. So I will admit, I did also kind of have fun with the last act. This movie really feels like another version of When the Bell Breaks, you know, that movie that came out last year. And, you know, in a way, this movie is yet still better than When the Bell Breaks. But again, that's not saying much because they're both very low quality and not so good movies. You know, this is a bad movie. Yes, it's a time loss in my rating system, so it's kind of a waste of time, at least to see it in theaters, and a waste of money to see it in theaters. So I do recommend this movie, just not seeing it in theaters. Just wait for it to be on TV or rent it for like $1.50. Because yes, this movie is bad, but you could have a ton of fun, you know, just laughing at this movie because of how bad this movie is. But anyways, I'm gonna give Till Death Do Us Part a D plus. It's kind of funny because when I was watching this movie, it really felt like a PSA, or, you know, a public service announcement for domestic abuse. And then, I kid you not, when this movie ends, they put a title card saying this many cases of domestic abuse are reported per year, and blah blah blah. Just call this number if you know anybody who is in a very abusive relationship. I'm not kidding. This, in the end, this is just a PSA for domestic abuse. Anyways, Till Death Do Us Part. Did you see it? What did you guys think about it? You guys probably didn't see this movie, right? You know, there was like 20 people in my theater, so I'd say at least 150 people saw this movie in total. So if you're one of those total 150 people that did see this movie in theaters, what did you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.